had was a Caterpillar, and there was only one farmer that knew how to drive it. He had a trailer, and that's how he transported it up the mountains from one end to the other. That took a long time.
Where'd the water, is that your drinking water? Is that where that came from?
That was a good drinking water. That was runoff water from the snow. You're talking about like snow all the time, but
Yeah.
It's not like Oregon. There's snow all the time there.
So before you built that pipe, how'd you get the water down?
The water came down a ravine, made its own path coming down.
Oh, okay.
And when it got down to a far, just so many feet. Well, I don't know how you say it. I don't think it was feet. My mind is not working that right way. When it came down to, I'd say about 500 feet from the ground, we dug a hole, big hole, like a I don't know what you call it.
Oh, like a reservoir? Or?
Like a reservoir where the water came down and filled that hole up. And then we had the pipe, we buried the pipe about 3 feet down. We run that pipe. The pipe we got from the Corps of Engineers. They got a lot of it. We didn't have plastic pipe. We had steel pipe.
That was heavy then.
That was heavy. And we locked that up, and we dug it down about like 3 feet down, a trench. And as we went, we covered it. And we had the screen in that reservoir.
Oh, yeah.
The reservoir was always full of water, and it had a trapdoor on it. When we wanted to run over, we opened it up, and the water would come down into the vessel hall.
And that never froze then?
Never, it froze, but not that low.
Oh, okay.
Down, it was covered.
That's why you buried it.
Snow kept it from freezing.
Oh, okay.
And then we had a shut-off valve just before it came into the vessel hall. And that's where we had our barrels ready for water. So when we wanted any water, the barrels were always full. They'd sure we had full. And we'd open up the trapdoor, and the water would come down into the barrels, so we kept the barrels full.
So that was clean water?
That was clean drinking water, yeah.
No kidding.
That was drinking water coming off the mountains. Pure, clear, really, really good water.
No pollution there?
No, there was no pollution. No. If we didn't have it made, we'd have to haul that water with 5-gallon water cans, 2 water cans coming going up by mountains. That's we use it for washing your utensils, your mess kits. And we had the butane. We had some kind of a heating elements.
Yeah.
That we used to heat the steel barrels that were cut in half. And we had the burners on the bottom. Well, we rigged that up pretty good. And that saved us from all the water up there.
So you never got hot showers, probably?
If I recall, we had showers. But we had to go way down on the other side of the island. They had more equipment over there. That was made headquarters, Massacre Bay. That was a standoff for the Japanese. That's why they call it Massacre Bay. They got that far off in Massacre Bay. It was either surrender or they committed that hurricane.
Yeah.
A lot of them killed themselves because they knew they couldn't go no place.
Yeah, they were right up against the edge.
I think there was only 1,500 of them that were left. The Japanese, most of them committed suicide.
But that was on the other side of the island.
On the other side, that was the main push.
So is that where you landed? Was that bay, or did you come in on a different bay? You remember?
We came in from, I think it's called Buchholz Bay. It's a bay, it's like it's here. It comes around, and that's the bay. And we came in that way because they were going up. When we landed, they were going up. And they kept pushing. They had like a wedge, you know. And we kept pushing. That island was, I forget how many miles wide. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
It was a big island.
That was Attu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big island. But most of our supplies was Burbank. We fill up our rucksack, like if each company, there was four. The first platoon, second, third, and fourth. Each one was responsible for the food. Like you'd pick a partner.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a 100-pound sack of potatoes. One guy would take the potatoes, put it in a sack, put it on his back, and he was loaded, and the other one took the other half of the potatoes. Another one was responsible for getting the meat, which was frozen. And that was lamb.
Mm.
That was lamb. Sheep. They
Huh.
can't tell us that it was. But I even till today, I remember that it was goat.
It was goat?
We were pretty sure. And we got so sick and tired of it. So when we got to the top of the mountains, ready to go back down, the one that had the goat, I'll say it's a goat, on his back, it slipped off his back, but it didn't fall purposely. He let it go. You could see that goat going. I bet you they must have had at least 50 of those things laying someplace there.
Nobody wanted to bring him back.
Nobody wanted to go no more.
The squirrel is up on the butcher.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah, he's right out of Rayleigh.
He lives in my flowers.
He was making noise earlier.
He's
There
huge.
he is. He can hear it.
Did you see how big their squirrels are here?
He's
Mhm.
like up by the window here.
Yep. Look, he's a monster.
He was right inside of our flowers.
They eat good.
Oh my goodness.
Not from us.
There he goes.
So what platoon were you in? The 4th, or? You said there was 4 platoons?
That is for one company, so many squads, 4 squads
Oh,
divided.
Oh, 4 squads, okay.
Yeah, first. And each one was responsible for his supplies to bring it back to the company where we were. We had spam, a lot of spam. That's a lot. You get five of those in a rucksack.
Yeah.
You're bending your back.
Is that right? Heavy.
You know.
And then rice.
Of course, the rice was right there. We didn't have to worry about the rice or the fish. We had a lot of salmon. We had all the salmon. We had humpback salmon, mostly.
Was that because
Humpback. Oh, we call them hunchback.
you had to catch them?
Well, we didn't catch him. We threw a hand grenade, a concussion grenade. It doesn't kill you,
Yeah.
but it sure knocks the heck out of you. We took that and threw it in the water and let loose. And then pretty soon you see a big gush of water, and here comes the fish to the top. And all we did was pick them up in a bushel basket and take it to the mess hall.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fish.
And where'd you
That's
get?
why we get a lot of trout. A
Really?
lot of trout out there.
And you had a lot of rice from. Was that the Japanese that left the rice?
Yeah, they left it. Yeah, they were quite a lot. They got rid of that pretty quick too. Of course, we had to eat it till our starve.
Yeah.
But we had our key rations. Had a lot of key rations. Tons of it. Tons and tons.
Did you have tanks there too to get around, or?
Nothing. No tanks.
Huh.
There's no roads.
Yeah, I was wondering how they.
They're all uphill. All of it, there's no flat ground. Mostly all hills, mountains,
So the only way you got around was on foot.
on foot. And then one lonely caterpillar with that trailer.
Hmm.
And he was a farmer. He knew how to drive it. So that was our lifeline,
I bet.
that caterpillar.
So how many miles away were you from the main, like Masker Bay? How far would you have to walk for the food
About 5 miles.
in the snow?
It's mostly going up. Coming down was easy. You have to watch where you're walking.
Yeah. Now, where'd you bring the electricity from? Didn't you wire some bulbs too? And
No, we only had a couple light bulbs. I think they're only 60 watts. That's all they would give us. Because the wire that we used was signal core wire. It wasn't even the electric wire. So we had to run strands of it back and forth between the mess hall and the shoreline, the battery where they had the field artillery.
yeah,
They had there. We got it. They hooked into their diesels. It was a pretty good sergeant that let us do that. He even helped us. But we had that. We had about like 6 people dragging that line back and forth, so that we would have enough wire to make sure that we didn't lose too much power. We
Yeah.
lost a lot of power that long.
yeah.
That was a long way.
That's heavy wire when you get it that long.
Yeah, it was steel wire too. It was
Wow.
steel, copper. We had two light bulbs. We had one on each side of the tent. We had tents then.
And the latrines were always outside, huh?
Always outside here.
Huh.
That was a mess. That was really a mess.
I bet you that to dig those was hard in the frost and the.
Probably froze on when we come out. See a big electric like that
Yeah.
on a baseball bat. Some of it comes out and you forget a lot of things. But the water and the electricity was always kept in mind. And we had a portable radio. And I think it was a 60 volt battery. It was a long signal core gave us those batteries. They supplied us with a battery.
Huh.
For the radio, we hooked that 60 volt to the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was a portable. So we had, I think we were the only ones down there that had a radio.
And what'd you listen to then?
Tokyo Rose, mostly.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You could pick her up.
Oh, we picked her up. We were very far from Japan.
Yeah.
We picked her up. She played a lot of sentimental songs. She tried to, make you feel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know you had Tokyo Rose. They probably were broadcasting right to you there.
yeah, we got it directly.
Huh. You didn't have any other radio stations probably, huh?
We could Russian. We had Russian very close.
Yeah.
Russian was just like on the borderline.
Yeah.
We could get a lot of Russian, but there was a lot of English that we picked up.
Huh.
So,
Was it a shortwave radio?
yeah, on the shortwave band. But there's so many mountains there, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But we got them. We strung wire for that too.
So once the Japanese were all gone, it was just guarding the island.
It's the occupied occupation.
So after the Japanese were gone, there weren't any more that came then, huh?
Well, they came, but they were too high up. They couldn't come down because we did build an airfield, and we did have P-38s. So they didn't bother us too much. It was just one bombing, but they were way up course.
Were they?
You could barely see them. Yeah. Yeah, they came and they bombed it, but there were no casualties. We're lucky.
The P-38s were like little bombers, or were they fighters?
Fighters,
Little fighters.
fighters, double fuselage.
Oh yeah?
P-38s were double fuselage, yeah. You had the two fuselage and
Yeah.
the cockpit
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front. They were powerful. Japanese were afraid of them. They could never seem to catch the P-38s too fast. Of course, the Zeros were pretty rough too.
Yeah.
They were one of the best, I think.
So they built an airfield there pretty quick then, I bet.
Yeah, they built it very quick. They had all the material when it was all brought in. I made part of the massacre bay. They
Yeah.
built it. It's just like overnight.
No kidding.
They just dropped those sheets of metal, corrugated metal, you know, and they just kept going, dropping it and putting it and lacing it together. It didn't take long for the place to come in.
So that the Air Force was there,
Yeah, the Air Force came in there, yeah.
and the Army, was the Navy there too?
Yeah, we had Navy support. We had Navy.
And the Marines probably,
Marines were in the first. They came in the first wave, the Marines. So they cleared the way for the Army to come through.
yeah. Well, you remember a lot.
Yeah,
He's got the right person to question him too, because I've never heard any of this.
Then you got that souvenir sword. Where'd you find that? Does that Tim have that now?
no, I got
You
it.
still got this. Where'd you find that sword? Just laying out in a...
Just like,
There's probably a lot of stuff around.
yeah, all out, yeah, but you couldn't, you had to turn everything in. I don't know how that got back here to the States. Unless one of the Navy could have got it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of finagling.
They didn't want you keeping any of that stuff, probably.
Oh, did they? You were pretty well, you got a pretty good thorough search before you could get on to get on the ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're in quarantine for 7 days to make sure.
Ah,
Going there and coming back.
yeah.
14 days to get there
On a ship.
from what you call it, from California.
Was that San Francisco you took off from, or?
Yeah, from the first two. And we changed ships and I forget what was it, Anak or Koyak, one of those in Alaska.
Yeah.
That's when we boarded a Norwegian ship, troop ship. We had that, and from there it was 14 days.
From the second ship.
Yeah.
When you got on the first ship, you didn't know where you were going.
No, we had warm clothes.
Yeah.
We thought whether we were going to head for the Pacific, but everything changed
Yep. That quick.
that quick. No, but we knew that. Who would know that you take a netting, shorts, and
Yeah.
all warm clothing, you know? We changed everything, exchanged everything for winter clothing. Parkas and boots and gloves, and all winter.
You got that when you got on the Norwegian ship.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind
How many guys were on that ship?
of, who knows, 5,000, maybe
A
more.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Big ship.
that was a huge ship. And those guys were dressed like summertime.
Huh.
Little guys, Norwegians,
Uh-huh.
little short guys, running back and forth, no shoes, no nothing. And here it is, cold, small. It was funny the way they were back and forth running.
I wonder why they used a Norwegian ship.
I guess that's the only place that they could do
Yeah.
to get there.
That was our allies there, yeah. Good. Do you a lot of people get sick on the boat going up?
I was sick. I got sick when we landed from when we left Frisco. When we got on that ship, I got sick. I was sick all that way, and I figured how many days that was to get there.
But then-
I was sick. But as soon as we stopped, and the first thing I remember is we had sausage, Sildelki. We stopped. We had in the mess hall.
Uh-huh.
They had everything ready for us, so we all piled off the ship, and we got all fed. And I think the following morning, that's when we started exchanging clothing and stuff like that. But I did get sick.
Mm.
Boy, that was pitiful.
Up and down constantly.
Oh. You're standing by the rail, but make sure that you're away from somebody.
Yeah.
You don't want the guy right next to you standing there throwing up, and you're on this one over here, and the wind is blowing.
No, I don't want that.
Everybody had a bucket. Everybody had a bucket.
Oh. Then how long did it take to come home when you left? Did you stop again, or?
No, we came straight through. We came back on the Liberty ship.
American ship.
That was, yeah, very good. That was another one. Rough time with that.
Yeah, but then you knew you were going home.
Yeah, yeah.
Was the war over when you left, or was it still going on?
No, we left, it was already peaceful already when we were coming back. We came, I can't picture which one night we came back, and either Seattle or, it could have been Seattle. That's where we landed.
Oh,
we
no
come
kidding.
back. Yeah.
So you must have come right through Portland.
Oh, we knew Portland pretty well. After we were quarantined, we were a whole week quarantined. Because, our minds were different,
Yeah.
being out like that. So we were quarantined, we had all our shots, and then finally they gave us a leave. And Portland Corvallis was the only town that was close by. So we went to Corvallis, we hung around there.
Yeah.
And Portland was when we got a weekend pass, like on a Friday.
Huh.
Friday to the Monday morning we had to be back. But they wanted to make sure that you had all your marbles
Yeah.
when you come back.
Well, it was tough.
No women, no nothing, you didn't see nobody, not even the nurses.
Really.
Never saw any nurses. They were all male nurses.
That was during quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corvallis is where Aaron's school is.
Corvallis?
Yeah, that's where he goes to school, Oregon State.
Yeah.
Small world, huh? You ended up in Portland before I did. Yeah.
Portland.
Well, that's good.
They still don't have any liquor license, I don't think, in Portland. You couldn't.
Portland was dry back then.
I think it was dry. You couldn't buy it, but you could have somebody else buy it, and he would have his name on it on a bottle
Oh.
in a bar. You had your the name on it.
Uh-huh.
And when you go to it there, you can get your beer. If you want the whiskey, then you could go ahead and whoever put that name on there, we used to get it from them. We had the whiskey that way.
Oh, so it was just beer.
Just beer and wine.
Huh.
And I think it still is, isn't it?
Some of the cities are stricter. I don't think Portland's not anymore.
Yeah.
Huh.
There's a lot more to it, but you forget a lot of things.
This is Attu, one of the bleak, barren Aleutian Islands strung across the North Pacific. Here, 2,000 miles from the United States, only 650 miles from Japan, a force of Japanese landed during the early months of the war. Deep within the fastness of snow-clad mountain peaks, behind fog thick enough to ground a seagull, the Japs thought their position impregnable against attack. Today, American forces occupy Attu. How they lived in tent cities in the valley, how they endured the freezing rain and bitter cold of this wild outpost within the shadow of the Arctic Circle is a story of which Americans may well be proud. Here, United States troops emerge from dugouts to blast the last Jap positions in the mountains. They find enemy dead, lying in a common grave. Now, American Army cameramen record the final advance up the snow-covered mountainside. In single file, spread out for miles, the United States lines move ahead. Light artillery hurling shells across the mountain peaks. American wounded are carried back to the base in the valley. Here, in a captured Japanese camp, the troops find enemy guns, equipment, left when the Japs fled to the mountains. Beneath rough wooden markers, in a crude, hastily prepared cemetery, lie some of the 2,000 Japanese who fell before the American attack. Thus ends the Japanese invasion of Attu.